Larissa Russell from Creative You, and I'm back again this week. And this week we're talking about enhancing our self love. So, what does that look like? Especially in a time like this, and I feel like I'm saying that a lot lately, but it's so true. In a time like this, this is something that we just have never in our lifetime had to deal with. So, different things that we can do for self love, self care, self nurturing to look after ourselves. So, um, number one is remember your victories. So, putting more positive light on the things that you do well and reminding yourself of the things that you're good at so that you're not always putting that negative energy on yourself. We are our own worst critic. So if we can just remember that we do things well we do things well as well. And so if we can just remind ourselves of that, if you need to, just make a list. Make a list of all the great things you do. If you have emails or cards or anything that people have sent you and said positive things, or you can write down things they've said to you. But constantly remind yourself of the positives. So important. Volunteering. I know it's a really hard right now to get out and volunteer, but volunteering is a really great way to make yourself feel better, right? As long as it's not overextending you, when you go out and volunteer, chances are it just fills your heart, right? So that's really good. Be a good friend. And that's so important that you surround yourself with good people, and in turn, you are a good person for others to surround themselves with. So being positive, being supportive, reminding people what's good about them. And in turn, that's the type of people that will come into your life. Forgive yourself. So number 4 is forgive yourself. This can be so difficult for so many of us to forgive others, but especially to forgive ourselves. And that comes back to that inner critic, right? We're so hard on ourselves. We speak to ourselves in ways we would never speak to somebody else. And so when you are able to forgive yourself for things that you've done, it goes a long way in showing self-love to yourself and to starting to feel stronger and healthier and more alive in your own self. So, number 5, pursue what you need rather than what you want. What you want is rarely what you need, and sometimes we just fill our lives with an abundance of stuff, right? And we just, especially now when it's so easy to get everything, and we can literally like type something into the computer and a day later it's on our doorstep. So really paying attention to what you need versus what you want, and not filling your life with stuff for the sake of having stuff, because that does not bring you happiness. I'm not saying don't buy things. I love getting things in the mail. I'm saying be conscious of what you're buying and why you're buying it, right? Get in shape. So exercise. I always feel so much better. I've found, especially now because I work from home, I, don't move around much. I've started doing yoga in the morning so that I can just move my body. I was going for walks already, just to get out. Now that there's more people out there, I'm actually finding that a little more nerve-wracking, but yoga to make my body move. I just need to stretch a little more because I sit so much. So, just putting some care and attention into your body. And, there's something popping up on my screen. I don't know what it is. Sorry about that. Number 7 is appreciate your uniqueness. And it's so true. We are not like anyone else out there. And we are always comparing ourselves to other people. And if we can just let that go a little bit and really stand in our uniqueness and who we really are, that is true self-love. That is true self-love. Number 8, practice gratitude. Seems like no matter what I say, I always come back to the gratitude because it's so important. Showing gratitude for what you have and who you have in your life is so important. It changes the way you feel about everything. Gratitude. Number 9, be as kind to yourself as you would be to anyone else. And again, that goes back to If you wouldn't say that to someone else, you don't say it to yourself, right? Do not be so mean to yourself. And then number 10, spend time doing what you love. For me, I feel it's so important for everyone to create something, whether that's, working in your garden or baking, or maybe it's a spreadsheet. It could be painting or writing, any of those things. Creation is in everything we do. And when you do something that you love and you can create from nothing, it so boosts your positive endorphins, and the happiness chemicals in your brain kick off, and it's so good for your self-care, self-nurturing, and self-love. So I just wanted to share those with you, and just see if there's any comments here before I go. Oh, so I just want to send love to everyone. I know this is a really difficult time right now. I have my morning meditation, journaling, and discussion class, Morning Calm, and today we were talking about sort of the uncertainty of the world right now. And when the government had us all in lockdown, it took us a while to get used to it, and we had some angst and things. And now that things are opening up, we have to be responsible for ourselves, and that's causing so much more angst, so much more concern. And everyone I was talking to over the last week or so has just been exhausted, and they couldn't figure out why, and they've been napping a lot more, and they've not been overly productive. And I just want to say it's perfectly normal. It may not be normal in the grand scheme of life, but it's normal for what's happening right now, because the majority of people I've been talking to are going through the exact same thing. So if you find yourself struggling, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Look after yourself. Nap when you need to. Take as many rests as you're able to. And just really let yourself feel what you're going through. All right? So I wish for you an amazingly creative day, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. And don't forget, you can always reach out. I'm always here. Thanks so much.
Thank you for listening in. Please remember to like, share, subscribe wherever you are watching or listening. You can find us at www.creativeyou.ca.